Well, we love beer. We love news too. And we also love music. And thank goodness for that, because we are joined by a very musical man, Mr. Mike Jones.
All right.
Hey, welcome back, Mike.
Thank you.
Oh, thank you. Thank you.
Here we go again.
This is one of I know. not your first rodeo, to be sure, but we're excited to have you back.
Thank
you. I just want to drive home again. 56?
It will be 56.
56 songs.
Yes.
In what time frame are we looking at?
A year.
Oh, like this calendar year, or
Literally.
just that?
About October of 23, I dropped the first album and was like, man, this is fun. And then I just kept playing and playing.
Man.
My wife was like, you should do that again over there. You know?
I mean, that's a little over a song a week, man. I mean, you should get a sticker for the back of your car like those annoying marathon people.
No.
You know?
For that reason alone, no. No.
I
No,
feel
we were
like,
talking before about passion and stuff like that. And it's
Yeah.
one of those, you don't do it for the math. The math just kind of happens when you look back and go,
Yeah.
wow,
Right.
that happened. But it wasn't for that at all. It was just
Yeah.
for the joy of doing it.
Yeah.
Sound like Bob Ross.
Ain't nothing wrong
You
with
look
that.
like him.
The Bob Ross of music. I feel like that is.
Just puffy white clouds.
I feel like that's a
Happy
pretty
little
good
pick.
compliment. I feel like it could be a backhanded compliment, depending, but I feel like that's
no.
a solid compliment. Bob Ross
Yes.
was a solid dude.
Oh, absolutely.
Right?
But you have a new album dropping this week.
Yes.
And how
Thursday.
many tracks?
12.
My goodness, like a full album. So can you
Yes.
tell us a little bit about this first song that you're about to play for us?
Yes, this is a song called Still Remain that's on it. And the song itself is a little old. It's a couple of years old. And it's just one of those, I'd meant to get around to it, and I never
Yeah.
did. And finally, I was like, well, I should probably get around to it. And I did. But on the album itself, not on this song, but definitely got some friends out there on the scene. Marcus Bunch is on the opening track with me singing harmony. And I kid you not, that guy is a wizard. He did it in one take into my phone.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. And then Max Miller, who everybody kind of knows Max. Now, he looks
On
like
drums.
Bob Ross a little bit.
This is true, yeah.
He lent his drum skill, one take wonder too. Drives him crazy. And then my son in Richmond, Virginia,
Yeah.
plays synth on the last track, Purgatory.
Oh, I love that.
Oh, and I can't forget Michael Delisle, who kind of looks like Bob Ross too.
This is
When
true.
you squint your eyes. He does lead on a track called One Reason to Try.
That's
So,
incredible. Well, I love that you have rallied your friends to be able to help you with your new work. So whenever you're ready, Mike Jones,
Oh,
still
yes.
remain.
I'm sitting on my own, dreaming of the things to come. You got my head spinning round night and day. I'd walk a million miles for a chance to make you smile. Till that day comes, I'll keep tripping on my tongue, because I'm just a fool and I can't bring myself to say that I'm not in love with you. I'm just a fool and I can't bring myself to say that I'm not in love with you. I don't mind the pain, it's worth it just to say I was there to help you chase the gray away. Imagine you and me, whatever fate decrees. Till that day comes, I'll keep tripping on my tongue, because I'm just a fool and I can't bring myself to say that I'm not in love with you. I'm just a fool and I can't bring myself to say that I'm not in love with you. One day when your cloud departed, chasing away the rain. One day when your heart's restarted, chasing away the pain. One day when you fall to pieces, thinking that you've gone until you found that I still remain. Look around until you found that I still remain. Look around until you found that I still remain. Look around until you found that I still remain.
Ooh.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Mike Jones. I'm glad that you decided to give that song life. I know it's been hanging around for a while, but it still remained. And we love you, Mike Jones. Welcome back.
Thank you.
Hey.
I got a spooky one for you.
Please do. What's
So
spooky
the album
business?
cover, right?
Yeah.
It'll make you have to go look at it now.
Yeah.
But that's Gay Street Bridge, obviously, and it's on the safe side, south side.
Right.
Went over there, pulled the car over. I said, "Here, just get a picture real quick. I just want to look like I'm walking across the bridge,"
Yeah.
which I'm not. And half the lights are off. First of
Yeah.
all, the half that are on look like they're zapping out of the top of the guitar. So it's like, oh, that's kind of space age cool.
Ooh.
Yeah.
But if you look in the background, you see the Andrew Johnson building, which, if you know your music history,
Yep.
was where Hank Williams spent his last night alive.
Which I believe is one of the stories from the book that we had on the show last week.
And,
Nice.
Sorry.
and according to lore, he was in a room about halfway up the hotel that faced the river.
Right.
Take a look at the only light that's on in the building.
Oh my God.
Didn't notice it at the time.
That's so
No.
cool.
Is it?
Yeah, it is.
I think that's cool.
But it was like, wait a minute, there's only one light on facing the river. And it's,
Hank.
Man.
You really wanted to be in that picture.
no, I just want everybody to go to their favorite streaming service and look at the picture.
There you go.
There you go.
Hey, smart. Very smart.
Tell him Hank sent you.
No. More like Stank Williams.
Well, Mike, you've got another song coming up for us, and this is a date. Can you tell us what this date, what significance it has?
I was very, very lazy and just wrote down when I wrote the song, and it
Well.
was October the 9th. So that's the title of the song. It has nothing to do with anything. It's just, October the 9th. There it is.
You
was a
mean
good
like
day.
less than 3 weeks ago, October the
No,
9th?
no. This one's a couple of years old, but
I
it
was
was
going to
still
say,
October
my
the 9th.
goodness, what an animal.
No. I jams, but not that much.
Oh, my God. Oh, all right. Well, Mike Jones, whenever you're ready,
Thank you.
October 9th.
October the 9th. No need for aggravation. Stop the conversations now. Don't break your concentration. Don't you say you'll show me how. But don't call me tonight. Try to tell me things are alright. I don't mind. Time is on my side. Maybe tonight she's gonna finally find inside her mind we're two of a kind. No need for hesitations, I've got no expectations now. 'Cause you can't roll with the punches if you're already down on the ground. but don't call to complain. You can't make sunshine in the rain. So soldier on this, shoulders on your side. Maybe tonight she's gonna finally find in her beautiful mind we're two of a kind. But don't call to complain. You can't make sunshine in the rain. So soldier on this, shoulders on your side. I'm gonna keep on climbing till her wall comes tumbling down. I'm gonna keep on climbing till her wall comes tumbling down. I'm gonna keep on climbing till her wall comes tumbling down. I'm gonna keep on climbing till her wall comes tumbling down. Thank you.
Oh, man.
Thank you. Thank you.
Another wonderful one. That made me
Love
think
it.
of a couple different things while you were playing. First of all, sometimes I like to think of when I listen to my friends play, if they could open for any like major touring musician, who would
Right.
it be? And you just give me such like Goo Goo Dolls vibes. I feel like you'd be such a perfect opening act for the Goo Goo Dolls.
Yeah, right.
Dude.
Yeah. So I wasn't sure if you were feeling any sort of way, if there was a local or a major touring act that you would like dream of opening up for.
I mean, ask any musician, but there's like, or any artist for that matter. I was making a dad joke earlier to the wife. She's like, "Don't say it." And I was
Yeah.
like, "But I'm gonna." I'm an artist, and I art
Yes.
a lot,
Cannot.
loudly. She's like, "Don't." You're such a kid. Sorry. Anyway, but as an artist, like when you kind of like start to find your voice, like we grow up idol worshiping, those guys. You
Yeah.
hear and be like, "Oh, I wish I could sound like them," but you never can because you're not them, you're
Yeah.
you.
Right.
And then when you start to hit that realization, like, well, they're not me either.
Yeah.
Oh, I get to be me, and they don't. They get to be them, and it's I don't
Yeah.
know, something kind of opens up.
No, I love
Yeah.
that though. That's a great, reverse perception on
Yeah.
it.
Yeah.
But there are, artists of similar feels, you know what I mean? Like,
Sure.
like take for example, the jam band genre. Someone that's into this jam band might also
Right.
enjoy, like online recommendations or
Yeah,
something.
sure.
And yeah, I could totally see, the styling of that song,
I mean, I heard
opening
them.
for a,
Yeah.
Whether
for
I
a Goo Goo
follow
Dolls
them on
or
purpose,
or
I've heard them.
like Nathaniel Rateliff and the Night Sweats comes to
Yeah.
mind for
Yep.
me.
Oh,
you know.
love.
I mean, I'm from, I think, probably that last generation, the pre-internet generation, where
Mm-hmm.
when you heard it on the radio, or God forbid, MTV when they played music, you heard these
Yep.
songs, or you heard them from friends, and you didn't have Shazam or anything. You were just
Yeah.
like, "What is that?" Or you heard a mixtape, and it just never was labeled. You were just that tune, and it went in there somewhere.
Yeah.
I mean, the British invasion was because of blues and rock and roll that we gave them. So
Right.
they in
Yeah.
turn gave us Beatles and Stones, and then we in turn said, "Hey, here's the Eagles. Take that."
I found out, the
Or Creedence or
radio
whatever.
DJ geek in me loved the fact that a lot of those blues records made their way overseas as filler in the crates.
Yeah.
And that blew my mind. I mean, they didn't want the mainstream popular records to get damaged in transit, so they would fill the ends of the carton with these old blues records that weren't selling and send it over, and the ones that weren't damaged in transit were distributed little by little, hand by hand, and gave you the Beatles and the Stones and so many other British Invasion's greats that came up listing on the blues records that America refused to buy.
Right.
They had to repackage it overseas and bring it back.
And it was originally marketed here to sell like biscuits or flour. It was like King Biscuit Flour Hour.
Yep.
And here's this Robert Johnson, whoever this guy is going to amount to. I don't know. But I think music or like art in general is that sixth sense that those of us that are lucky or cursed enough to be artistic are attuned to go, oh, there's that thing. What is it? And so we're kind of, I feel duty bound to, like, if you're able to at least create something, you owed humanity to try to create something because somebody else did it.
That's true.
The Goo Goo Dolls did it before I did. The blues guys, they did it.
Yep.
Yeah.
God bless them for doing it.
Yep. I'll drink to that.
Hey,
You
that
too.
too.
Cheers.
Well, and you're in a creating role, so you got to just keep going with it.
Right. Without getting too, my grandparents were all, Southern. My dad was a sailor, so I had the luxury of living overseas and just experiencing other cultures. But the older I get, the more I realize that, I think we are made in the image of a creator.
Yeah.
So therefore, it makes sense we would create.
Yeah. Oh.
That's
Love that.
kind of what we do.
That's
our.
Shit, I'm
that's a
drinking to
song
that
and
too.
a story. Oh, in and of itself.
So I mean, doesn't matter who you say it is, but if he creates, you create.
The other thing I'm grateful that you brought up is the dad jokes, because as you were talking about climbing the wall and tumbling down, I was thinking maybe don't free boulder over at Dimes.
We got crash pads. Don't worry.
That's a callback right there.
And then the other thing is, speaking of some dates, there's a really important date coming up later this week. Well, for one, you're going to be releasing this album that we've been discussing, but the very next day, there is something else coming into the world. Can you tell us about that?
Yes, I will be delivering an album on Thursday, and my wife will be releasing a baby on Friday.
Woo! Papa Jones! I'll drink to that,
Yeah, I was
too.
going to say, you might as well drink to that with us. 'cause
We're
absolutely.
still drinking.
Yeah.
Keep it rolling.
That'll either hamper your drinking ability or increase it dramatically.
Hey, this
Or maybe a bit of both.
praying mantis still has its head.
Heard that.
Well, Mike, we're going to have you close out the show with your
thank you.
third song. But before we do that, we have a couple things to cover. But can you tell us where we can find all of your music and any upcoming projects or shows that we can look forward to seeing you at?
The album is called Toes on the Line, and it will be available Thursday on all the major streamers. So, I mean, take your pick. The big three, Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music. They'll all be out live midnight Thursday. So Wednesday night, 11:59, you can log in and probably catch it.
Yeah.
I'm going to take a little bit of a time off for a minute or two, but coming up in actually on Thursday, I'll be at the Blue Plate Special because they had a spot open. I was like, that times out
Yay!
perfect.
Well, yeah,
That
it
does
does.
time out
Yeah.
perfect.
And then coming up in December the something, I'll be at Suttrie's High Tavern.
Oh, fantastic.
Now, what
Very fun.
for those of our friends that don't also listen to WDVX over there, what the Blue Plate Special? Tell us about where they can listen in, and also what time they do it live there.
Yes,
at
if
the
you
location?
Google WDVX, I mean, this is like feels awkward doing it here. But
Well,
if
that's
you
all
Google
right.
them,
We love them. They're our friends.
Sweet. They'll tell you exactly how to tune in. Just like this, you can stream it live. You can catch it the day after. You can do whatever.
Sure.
It looks like kind of like Knoxville's version in my head of like Tiny Desk concert.
Yes. Can
Which I
confirm.
love.
And that's
Love
it.
that.
At noon on Thursday.
Noon on Thursday.
Yeah.
That's right.
Okay.
Oh,
Awesome.
All right.
I'm supposed to fulfill this.
Yeah. Well, we're going to have you play out the show with song number 3 in a moment. Before we do that, next week on tap, which I'm gonna throw a wrench at you.
Uh-oh.
Both the musical guest and featured guests right now are to be decided. So hold on tight, y'all.
All right.
Man,
Do you really?
Hey.
Oh, I'm not going to say no. So let's talk after the show. But
So-
it might be Mr. Andrew Brochart. That would be incredible.
and this is why Ace is the best producer in the business.
Oh my God.
She's planning next week's show while we're still doing this week's show.
That's showbiz, baby.
That's dedication
That's right.
and teamwork.
And Lori, I'll talk to you after the show to see if we can get Jack Neely on, because I would love more than anything to have him on. So let's see if we can make some magic happen.
Yeah. You always do. Every
Oh.
week after week after week.
Thank you.
No, thank you.
Well, I wouldn't be able to do this without the help of my friends, including you, Stryker.
Oh, shucks.
Yeah, for
Yay.
giving us a home on the Channel C airwaves. Thank you to Zach once again for giving us a home here at Knox Brew Hub.
Hope you're feeling better, buddy.
Yeah, feel better. Thank you so much to our sponsor, First Century Bank, without whom we wouldn't be able to have our amazing sound guy, Clyde.
Yay, Clyde.
To Azure, who converts this to a podcast the very next day.
Bonjour.
And welcome back from France. Hope it was a lot of fun. And thank you to those who are here at the hub. We appreciate seeing
appreciate
your
our
wonderful,
audience.
friendly faces. To those that tuned in on Channel Z Radio, hi babe. And to those who tune in the next day or any day thereafter, we appreciate you greatly. But
We love you, mean it.
Love you, mean it indeed. I'll drink to that. But before we jump into Mike Jones' last song, Keep Running, let's give our toast to those who have seen us at our best, to those who have seen us at our worst, and to those who don't know the difference. Cheers, y'all.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers. Clink, 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 clink,
Clink, clink, clink.
clink, clink. Keep on climbing, but I got no ladder to hold. I'm like a lost desperado riding through the Colorado cold. Right around the bend, we're gonna find that rainbow's end. We're gonna keep on searching for the pot of California gold. I woke up dreaming I was stranded in the desert sands. Time keeps slipping to the future right through my hands. And as the sun beat down on me, all that I could see was my disappearing one-way ticket to the promised land. Barkeep, won't you pour me and my friends another round? The long arm of the law is gonna put me in the ground. So tell my mama I did my best, but now this mess I'm in is gonna keep me running till the sun stops sunning and the saints go marching in. Now I'm up strength current, but I got no strength to row. Don't ever let them tell you ain't got nowhere to go. And may the sun shine on your sea. And when your soul flies finally free, until the universe calls, I'll be seeing y'all down the road. Barkeep, won't you pour me and my friends another round? The long arm of the law is gonna put me in the ground. To tell my mama I did my best, but now this mess I'm in is gonna keep me running till the sun stops running and the saints go marching in. I'm gonna keep on running till the sun stops running and the saints go marching in. I'm gonna keep on running till the sun stops running and the saints go marching in. Keep on running till the sun stops running and the saints go marching in. Thank you.